Hi, welcome back to House by Us. 3 weeks ago, our middle garden was looking like this. It was full of branches, ivy, and stones, making it almost impossible to get in. And in this final cleanup, we're going to turn it into this. But first, let's go buy some proper working clothes.
Okay, Bauhaus. Let's see if they have any small size. The moment of truth.
Wait, this is the wrong Oh, they're huge.
No? Too big. Finally, we found two pairs. One question for all. Which one would you choose? Not too shabby. Coco, this is Last time that we were cutting the ivy, we noticed this parts, grayed out parts that already dried. So basically if you cut the root, then obviously eventually in a week or two, it'll just dry out completely. So now we'll try to cut these two, which eventually lead up, and then just let it dry. Then it'll fall off easily. Oh, easily. There's no easily here, but...
Yes, so...
Well, basically all of this here, well, this part here, this one as well, it's only surface ivy and soil, but it's all rocks underneath, which are actually not so bad. We can use them for the ground layer. But if you take one out, another one appears, and it seems that they go as far as half a meter down. And this is gonna be a hard one. Look what a monster we found buried underground.
This is a pool bottle for decoration. Not everything is bad. Well, actually the rocks are not bad.
Okay, so to explain a little bit what we're doing in the little garden. So we're trying to separate everything, what we can. So we have at least the least waste as possible. Here, usually the construction waste is very expensive. Well, that's one part, and the other part is we want to preserve everything we can. So the rocks for the floor, let's start from this. So for the wall that we're going to be building there, we're going to need some drainage behind the wall. We'll talk about the drainage more after, but it's basically a pile of irregular shaped rocks, which you pile one on top of another. It can be bigger or smaller. It lets the water pass through. It's very important to do it behind the wall. Then these nice rocks that are thicker, we can use for the ground layer here. We're thinking of doing that. Then there are the rocks that basically serve for nothing. You can maybe do some, I don't know, mosaic art with this, but we're not going to be doing that. So these are very thin, very fragile. So these are the ones that we are putting in the bags, and then we're going to dispose them properly. And then we have the big rocks. These we can use for the walls, either in the house, somewhere where there's going to be some stones missing to fill in, or in the wall that we're going to be building soon. And we're also separating plastic and any kind of trash, which obviously we're gonna throw properly in a container, all the waste. And then what we're gonna be left with is the soil. Actually, it's a very nice soil, and we can save it for our raising beds. I think that's what you call them. Where
Harvesting beds.
Harvesting beds, where we're gonna plant some vegetables, fruits later in both of our gardens. And then also this would all be quite easier if we could get at least a little machine here through, like a little excavator or anything that can grab. But as you can see, nothing can pass, especially here inside these walls. So we gotta do everything by hand. So while we're digging, we're trying to lower down and get some clearance towards down, because, well, first we need to do drainage in every wall of the house. So here, then also there on the wall facing the little house. For that we're gonna go even more under, but only on those parts. And then we also want to get some clearance towards up. So there, I believe we're already good. We're gonna pick up the soil that's extra here, and you can see there where the shovel is. I think that's gonna be our ground level, and then obviously plus the drainage for that wall there. And then here, because we want to make wooden beams here, so the roof constructed with the wooden beams, we need to lower ourselves more down, because as you see, we're pretty high and we don't want to construct anything more on top of these rocks. So instead of building up the wall, we're gonna dig ourselves more down, so then we can use that and have enough head clearance here in this space.
Another monster found. If anybody is looking for a sock, you know where to go. Look at all the stones that we already dug out from this little space there. Champion. Yeah, that was an easy fight.
Another one down.
More root wrestling with Gabriel. Venga, bicho! Woo! That goes all the way to China.
Whoa. Okay, look at this rock here. Yeah, probably it's reaching far down, so we're gonna have to hammer this one out into smaller pieces and then take it out.
Look at all the rocks we collected. These are from the corner garden and still we didn't finish. And all these are from the middle garden and still we didn't finish. This was all just from a third part of the garden.
Okay, we gave in and we finally got ourselves, I don't know what this is called again, but...
A trolley, huh?
Yeah, some kind of a trolley. Well, wheelbarrow. And, well, it's, as you can see, it's in a pristine condition. Absolutely no rust. It's so impressive how they were moving these huge rocks way back then without any tools that we have nowadays. Look how big this is. This is for sure at least 150 or 200 kilo stone. And that's nothing. Look at this. This is a mountain by itself. They must weigh like 400 or 500 kilos. Well, look at this big boy that we got up. Holy moly. I thought we were gonna have to do this one with the, how's it called? Drill hammer, but we made it. We took it out. Shoveling through this fine soil feels amazing. Actually, well, compared to these rocks down that we shoveled through, this is piece of cake. It goes like through butter. So here you can see how much we actually gained. So we were above this rock, the ground level, probably 10 centimeters. We couldn't see it. And then on top of that, there was all the branches and everything. So we gained probably like 30 centimeters already.
So our goal today was to clean up this garden. Even though we went to the gym, we made it. So we are super happy and satisfied. And tomorrow we want to clean up the other garden entirely. Hola, what's your name? No.
It looks like we're not gonna be doing any work here today. As we said yesterday, we completely destroyed our legs in the gym yesterday morning.
That was a very irresponsible thing to do. To go kill our legs and butt before coming to work, and now we cannot do anything. We cannot
Yes.
move.
Plus, on top of that, yesterday, as you saw, we really did a lot. We worked here 8 hours after the gym, so we're completely drained out of energy. We came here, sat, talked a bit with neighbors, and now we're just gonna go home. Originally, what we planned was to clean
The corner garden.
to clean the corner garden, prepare everything for the wall. So we need to remove quite a lot of this dirt, this soil, and then dig down for the foundations. But yeah, that's not happening today. But we're pretty satisfied with what we did. Yesterday was a really, really hard working and fruitful day. So we'll leave you to it.
And we're gonna see the transformation of the other garden in the next video. We just want to say thank you for sticking around. Thank you so much for your comments, your motivational words, your tips, and yeah, just for being there. Thank you so much, and stick around.